The Crithian warfleet stretched across the void like a metal constellation, 300 warships bearing down on the human colony of New Meridian. Commander Zexthor stood on the bridge of his flagship, mandibles clicking in satisfaction. The humans had resisted the Galactic Consortium's ultimatum, and now they would learn the price of defiance. "Scan the system," Zexthor ordered. "Locate their defensive platforms." His tactical officer's antenna twitched nervously. "Commander, we're detecting nothing. No defense grid, no orbital weapons. Only a single vessel holding position near the colony. One ship?" Zexthor's voice dripped with contempt. "What class?" "Unknown, sir. The configuration doesn't match any human design in our database." Through the viewport, Zexthor could see it now, a sleek vessel that seemed to drink in the starlight rather than reflect it. Its hull bore markings in an old Earth language barely visible, USSS Prometheus. "Hail them," he commanded. The view screen flickered to life, revealing 2 humans on a surprisingly sparse bridge. A young woman with determined eyes stood at the command station, her dark hair pulled back in a practical bun. Beside her, a man with engineering patches on his uniform monitored a console covered in what appeared to be handwritten modifications. "I'm Hannah Reeves, captain of the Prometheus," the woman said calmly. "You're trespassing in human-protected space." Zexthor's laughter echoed through the bridge. "Captain Reeves, your courage is admirable but foolish. I have 300 warships. You have what? A museum piece? Even our intelligence has no record of your vessel. It's probably some decommissioned freighter you've renamed to sound intimidating." Hannah's expression didn't change. "You're half right. There's no record because the Prometheus was never supposed to exist. We built her in secret off the books, based on theories that the Galactic Consortium declared illegal." She glanced at her companion, Evan Power Status. The young engineer grinned, his fingers dancing across his makeshift console. "All systems nominal, Captain. The core is singing like a dream. We're ready whenever you are." "Last chance to withdraw," Hannah said, returning her attention to Zexthor. "What you're about to see will change everything you think you know about human capability." Zexthor cut the transmission. "Destroy them. Make it quick." 20 Crithian destroyers broke formation, their plasma cannons charging. The Prometheus didn't move, didn't raise shields, didn't even power weapons. It simply sat there waiting. "They're not even running," the tactical officer observed. "Should we reconsider? Fire?" A barrage of plasma bolts erupted from the destroyers, enough firepower to vaporize a small moon. The bolts converged on the Prometheus, and for a moment, the human ship disappeared in a brilliant explosion of energy. But when the light faded, the Prometheus remained. Untouched. Unmarked. "Impossible," Zexthor whispered. On the Prometheus, Evan checked his readings. Quantum displacement field held perfectly. They literally shot at where we were 3 microseconds ago. The shots passed through empty space. "Their turn," Hannah said quietly. "Evan, bring the Cascade drive online. Let's show them why humanity doesn't need 300 ships." Evan's hands moved across his controls. "Initiating quantum cascade. You know, Hannah, when we were building this in your garage back on Earth, I never actually thought we'd have to use it in combat." "Your garage was bigger," Hannah replied with a slight smile. "Targeting solution ready. Firing." The Prometheus pulsed once, a ripple of distorted spacetime emanating from its core. To the Crithians, nothing seemed to happen. Then simultaneously, 5 destroyers simply ceased to exist. Not exploded, not destroyed. They vanished as if they had never been there at all. "Report," Zexthor roared. I don't understand, sir," his tactical officer stammered. "The quantum signatures of those ships just unwound. It's like their atomic bonds forgot how to hold together." Another pulse. 10 more ships disappeared, then 20. The Prometheus began moving now, not through space but around it, phasing in and out of normal reality. Every time it appeared, another section of the Armada ceased to exist. Panic spread through the Crithian fleet. Ships broke formation, trying to flee, but the Prometheus was everywhere and nowhere. Evan had designed the Cascade drive based on a simple premise that the consortium had banned because it was too dangerous. If you could fold space-time at the quantum level, you could make the universe forget that matter existed in the first place. "Commander," Hannah's voice came through again, "I'm giving you another chance. Not because I have to. Your fleet is already broken, but because humans prefer not to kill when we don't have to. Withdraw now. Zexthor looked at his screens. 200 of his ships were simply gone. The remaining 100 were scattered, their crews terrified. He had come here expecting to crush a minor human outpost. Instead, he'd encountered a weapon that broke every rule of conventional warfare. How? He asked, his voice hollow. How is this possible? Because humans don't accept limits, Hannah replied. You and your consortium made rules about what science could and couldn't explore. You banned certain research because it was too dangerous or too unpredictable. But we're humans. When someone tells us we can't do something, we take it as a challenge. Evan leaned into view. Also, we're really stubborn. Hannah and I spent 5 years building this ship in secret, failed about 1,000 times, nearly created several black holes in my parents' basement, but we figured it out. The Prometheus was a myth, Zexthor said slowly. Intelligence reports mentioned rumors of a ghost ship, but we dismissed it as human propaganda. Every myth starts with a grain of truth, Hannah said. Now, are you leaving, or do I need to demonstrate what the Cascade Drive can do to a flagship? Zexthor didn't hesitate. Retreat. All ships maximum speed. Retreat! The Crithian Armada fled, leaving New Meridian in peace. As they vanished into hyperspace, Hannah let out a long breath. We actually did it, Evan said, slumping in his chair. We bluffed them. Bluffed? Hannah raised an eyebrow. Well, yeah, we only had enough quantum charge for maybe 2 more pulses. If they'd called our bluff, Hannah shook her head, smiling. Then it's good we're human. We're very good at bluffing. As the Prometheus settled into orbit around New Meridian, its crew of 2 received a transmission from the colony below. Thanks. Questions. Disbelief. But Hannah simply looked out at the stars, at the vast galaxy that had thought humanity was just another species to be controlled. They had no idea what humans were capable of when pushed. But they were learning. The Prometheus, once a myth, was now a legend.